Good morning, friends. Today, an 18-year-old female presented to us with superficial cuts on forearms. If we count, it was almost around 20 to 25 superficial cuts on her left forearm. And we took a detailed history and did a mental state examination. We came to know that she was suffering from emotionally unstable personality disorder, also known as borderline personality disorder. It's usually found in 1 to 3% of general population and around 10 to 22% of psychiatric inpatients. Usually these kind of behavior and traits starts around teenage and is usually found in more in females than males. So what are the symptoms which we can analyze so that we can identify that this person is going through this kind of an emotional trauma or going through this psychological issue that can be helped? Usually they'll have intense unstable emotions, they'll have impulsive behavior, they'll have poor self-image, cognitive and dissociative symptoms, and self-harm behavior. So if you try to explain a little bit further, what are these intense unstable emotions? Usually if they become angry, if somebody tells them that what they're wearing is not so good, or if they get some criticism from friends or family, they can become extremely angry for a small issue, or they can go through anxiety or depression over hours and days. They will respond in an extreme ways for either it might be a criticism or it might be some kind of a failure or an insult. Their emotions can go haywire. The next is they'll have impulsivity. They will go to an extreme extent in spending or driving or sexual activity or eating. There is no kind of like a moderation here. They usually are very impulsive, whatever they do, and they don't worry about the consequences. What if I drive so fast, I might meet with an accident? They are just enjoying the thrill of that, they'll do it. Or if they get into some kind of eating unhealthy food, they'll go on eating so much, they don't worry about the consequences of the bad food effect on our body. The next is poor self-image. They'll have this chronic feeling of emptiness. They feel that they might be unlikable, or they'll have fear of abandonment, and they can go through various range of emotions. So either they may extremely praise a relationship or a person, or devalue a person or relationship to many extent. And many times they'll have this, they feel very bored, they feel disconnected from oneself, they can have dissociative symptoms. The most striking feature is a self-harm behavior. They can, for small reasons, they can cut their forearms, they can do some parasuicidal behavior. These people need help. They need to be sort of like given the adequate counseling, CBT and DBT kind of therapies, and we need to evaluate